Well, good day, Tubes. How's she going? Pretty good here. So last November, the 22nd, my birthday actually, I ordered myself a birthday present for my birthday. I finally got it today. So how long is that? Let's say November. Well, this is the 24th of March, so we'll say that's November, December, January, February, March. 4 months ago. Holy smokes, finally got here. Had to come from China, although this definitely is not the original Chinese packaging. I kind of, and yeah, these aren't, I guess once it gets into Canada or wherever that they start to read English, they must change it to these post things here, because that, well, they stuck it right over this sticker. I kind of wish they didn't, so I could have seen under it, but I don't think that's even the original one there. But I kind of think that the customs opened it, because this has been rewrapped definitely, and it would look a lot worse than that coming that far. So anyways, birthday present finally here. Yay. And of course I opened the wrong side up. That's okay. It's a very, 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 very sharp knife. And they cut you very, 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 very fast if you're not careful. So yeah, this looks like a diaper, but anyways, at least they repackaged it in something decent. Trying to figure out where the heck this goes now. So it has something to do with this guy, sort of, kind of, in a way. I'll just cut through the top here. You guys remember when I bought that thing, which is from the same company? Oh my goodness. The Sterling Engine Company, Sterling Engines. They sell all kinds of neat stuff like that. I haven't ridden that little guy for a wee while, but one of these days. Okay, I think we mostly got her. Peel off the diaper. So this was an engine, and I didn't kind of realize until after I had ordered it. That's why I had to wait so long. It was in pre-production. So it looks like January, February, March 9th, 2022, they sent it, or put it in the box here anyways. This was in pre-production. Let's just move this guy out of the way here. I love that little thing. It's so cool. Runs pretty good too. It took a little bit of finagling, but anyways, this is Whippet engine, I think they call them. Whippet. Flathead water-cooled gasoline engine. Now, the thing is, I won't be able to run this apparently, and I didn't read this until after either. They don't send it with any of the electronic stuff, as in the coil pack or any of that stuff. So this is just basically the engine, which kind of sucks. It does come with a spark plug though. That helps, but no way to actually run it. So, oh, that's pretty cool. It's more like a little cool desk thing to look at that will potentially run. That one come ready to go though, so that's good. Well packaged, even give you a little pull cord. That's cool. Pull cord ripper thing. And a little exhaust pipe. And this thing's water cooled too, so you actually have to have a little radiator too, and I'm not sure how they're figuring that people are going to do that, but oh, there's a bunch of tiny little parts in there. A little carbonator thing, I guess, is in there too. We'll have a look at that after as well. And the main man, they should have packed it a little bit differently though, because it's really heavy on this end, and they should have really packed it more in the middle of the box. So you pick it up and then it wants to fall that way, right? So how did they get that jammed in there? I wonder if we get that piece out. So yeah, this was a oh, I see, this whole thing's gonna have to come up. There we go. This is a pre-order thing, so that's pretty cool. So that's your exhaust manifold there, so you got to put your wow, and that's like the little governor's note. That's breaker points there. Huh. I do believe, anywho. Of course, there's no instructions with this at all for anything. Now let's have a look in here. Yep, nope, absolutely nothing. So, like I say, I won't be able to run this thing for you today, but we got to figure out the electronics stuff, and I'm not really sure how that actually all works yet. But I would imagine this thing will spin, and this is like your little breaker points. So if you attach this to the coil and then the coil to the spark plug, then I could probably technically run this thing with my coils that I use on my hit and miss engine. My coil out of the Model T's technically should run this thing. Now let's just get this assembled here. 10cc, pretty tiny. I love to take it apart just to have a look inside, but I want to get it running first. So they give you lots of cord, which is good. I bet you this thing will have a fair bit of compression too. Now this, you know what I should have done is I should have heated up some beeswax and put it on the end of that. But that's good, we got her. Alright, so we got to do a little, how much of a hole do we? Okay, they give us a little bit of a hole. Is that going to work? No, I don't like that knot. There was a way to do these knots, you know, and I'm not a knot guy, never have been. Oops. But we'll see. Oh, my fingers just don't work tiny either anymore. Nope, there's another slip knot. I keep tying slip knots. Nope, we're just gonna do, I guess. Oh, I want Bewison. Actually, I don't need that much cord there. Yeah, since I kind of got run over by that tractor, it's kind of messed up my small motor skills and things of that nature, we'll say. Can't do these small things like I used to build all kinds of little models and stuff, no problem. Good fine motor skills, but I think after that, or I've had a stroke I don't know about. That could be too, you know. Well, that might hold. Might pull right out too. I just want to give it a pull here. Ooh, I'm gonna need a. Oh, gotta think the other way. This is a little bit of an interesting. Yeah, those points just closed right there. Don't know if you can really see that. Pretty cool. Okay, so this might need a little knot in it too, maybe just to keep it from, actually I should get my lighter out and just burn the end of this rope here a little bit. Okay, so I'm even having trouble thinking about this now. How do I get that on there? That there. They give you lots of cord here. Yeah, see what happens? Oh, and I lost the whole thing. Oh, me and my fine motor skills. Apparently you can start this with a drill too, so that's probably what I'll end up doing, but they give you looks like extra little holes and everything there too, so oh, come on. Oh, they need a little bit longer piece on the outside of this thing, I think, here. Okay, we're just gonna give her one good pull here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, that's pretty neat. Still some assembly lube on her, I see, but that's okay. So yeah, that set of points closes there, so that's when she'd be sparking. So that should be... Not sure which one's exhaust and which one's, well, let's have a look at this parcel of stuff here. It's a pretty small engine. That's going to sound pretty neat once we get her figured out here. And what voltage would you run that at? I think I could probably use the coil out of this one, actually. I just don't really want to tear all that apart, but and you got to put oil in it too. There's a little oil cap here too, right? That's maybe for, well, actually, you know what? I don't know what this part is for here. Must be oil in it. Yeah, there's a little gear in there. Don't know if you'll be able to see down here. Let me get my light. So gear mechanism down in there. So yeah, that turns the, you have to put a little bit of oil in there, I guess. No instructions, isn't that great? Nothing. Absolutely zero. This would be a vented cap, yeah, so you don't need a whole lot of oil in there, just a bit to lube those gears up. I doubt they left anything in it. And then down here, the actual crankcase that you have to put oil into, and I doubt there's any in here. My goodness. Long enough threads there, bud. There we go. Yeah, there's a bit of some kind of weird looking gooey stuff down in there, but I don't think that's like assembly grease or something. But you're supposed to put a bit of oil in there, I guess, and that's the bottom end. We could pull this bottom cover off too if I could get. Ooh, that's actually really greasy. To look in there and see the bottom of the engine, I might actually do that. Let's put this. Well, that's why it took so long to get. Look how fine those threads are. Holy smokes. So we can't run this today, unfortunately, and this is only supposed to run on like regular gasoline. I'm thinking I'm gonna probably use my camp fuel, like I used this one. A little less stinky too, right? Water cooled, so you actually need some kind of. There's your water jackets there. That's what probably part of this is too. So you actually need like a little radiator thing. I don't know whether it's going to circulate it around too, or if you need a little pump too for it. There's a little exhaust header, and that just fits on. I think it was, yeah. So it's pretty straightforward. You can see the shape there. So this would definitely go on. That's gonna be a snappy little guy there. Holy. And that should go on like there with a little manifold. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Just leave that hanging there. Okay, so that is the exhaust side on this side. Let's pop this off again. Okay, so let's follow the strokes here. We'll see when this fires. So that's exhaust. So we're intake. Compression, and there she comes. She's closing. Power, boom. And then exhaust again. There's a short stroke in that thing, let me tell you. Okay, so yeah, that little guy goes into there. Or I guess you could, somebody dropped something over there. I guess you could put it wherever. You could make a new one if you wanted to. There's a little carburetor. That's kind of cool. Tiny little guy. But yeah, we need to figure out, they have little water jet things on here too. I might actually install them as well. The water outlet things. So there's a little carburetor. That's kind of cool. A little needle valve. It's like on the RC car stuff. That should go, I believe, that way, or no, probably this way. Oh man, tiny parts. And there's a little bag of, well, I'm not too sure what those are for. There is, looks like manifold gaskets there. And the manifold, and that should, house both of these, so we need to get I would presume, oh boy, I can't even feel that with my fingers, so fine. I would presume those go that way. Big side though out, of course. So that one should be first, so that one should go on first. Oh boy, this might need a little bit of fitting. Oh man, I can't even feel that. It's so small, so thin. Little copper gasket, right? So that should go on there. Okay, yeah, that's good. Guess that'll fit there. Might need a little bit of finishing just to get that to fit right. Might just have to file that a little bit in there maybe. I don't have any small files. Pardon me with me in here though. And that one I presume would go on the top. And then this one, oh, if I can pick it up. This one I presume would go between this and the carburetor like this. Okay, I don't know. Well, let's see if I can just push this gasket down with this. Straight down with this thing here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now these are super tiny screws. I'm gonna have to go in my drawer here and see if I got an Allen key that small. And I just so happen to, it is a 1.5. Oh man, I should have a big magnetic sheet down here so it holds all these for me. And this cool little kit was sent to me by one of you lovely fans. I don't remember who now. Sorry, terrible memory. Okay, so that'll need some finagling. I think we mostly got that right. Holy smokes, they're loud up there tonight. My goodness. And if I can get one of these to start here, that'd be fantastic. Now, I presume it goes that way, and then your fuel line would come from underneath there. See, you're gonna need a little tank too, right? Which I don't have. Oh, this isn't even gonna fit in there. Holy smokes, how do they expect you to do that, I wonder? Try my best here. Or did this didn't come with an extension? Oh, there she goes. Knew I should have had a magnetic sheet. Man, I got lucky with that one. I'm gonna push this in a bit further. It actually fell on my foot. I'm like, oh, gone. And I looking around, I looked and it was on my foot still. So small. Gosh, this is tiny. What am I doing with this stuff, eh? Holy small. Well, I'm not sure yet how I'm gonna get to. Look, we got a little friend walking in here. You see him? Mini daddy long legs. So you're the one making all the spider webs in my basement, are you? Okay, I think we got her started. Well, this next one is going to be a complete nightmare to get in there. I'm going to have to see if I got a little extension or something for these little guys. Look at that, my other kit. I sure do, except it doesn't really hold in there. Well, that's not too bad. Okay, no, we're good. Now, the real fun part's going to be getting this all lined up here, but I think we're pretty close there. Holy smokes. Let go. Let go. Now, this one, how on earth do you get the header one in? That's next to impossible, is it not? How do you even tighten that? There's no way you're going to be able to tighten that in there. Won't be tightening that with that little thing, that's for sure, but how the heck do you tighten that thing down. It's just way too sharp of an angle. Also don't need to be wicked tight because there's just a tiny little screw, right? But that one, how on earth do we get that one? Wow, I don't know if I got a pair of needle nose or something that's going to be small enough to reach to get that little thing. What you need is like an Allen key cut off really short. Like, I mean, like right to the bend almost you could get in there, and that's a pretty small one. I don't know if I got one that small. Well, there's a tiny little 1.5. Let's see if it fits these. No, that's still too big. Oh yeah. What the heck one was this then? 1.5. It's the one I took that one out of too. There's a 1.3. It's pretty close. So you need to, I need to like cut this down a little bit. Man, but then the thing probably won't fit in. If I just take this and snip this, it's probably not going to fit in then. If I can, let me see. Well, we did. I don't know if you can see in there, that's how small she is. Oh my goodness. I don't think I burred it too bad. It doesn't feel bad, but it should fit. Holy smokes. Oh, we got her tightened a little bit there. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but gotta look really super close. Need more light. Or better eyes. I think that'll be good. Holy smokes, that was small. I even have one smaller. It's like tiny, 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 like it would probably spin in these. Yeah, it spins in it. Alright, I'm gonna put these guys away. Okay, there's those done. I still don't know what these are for quite yet. Hopefully they don't have any part of that, but here's the parts here for the water in and out. Looks like they give you they're just gasket O-ring seal, I guess. Give you an extra one. So one has a little indent in there and the other one doesn't. Not really sure what that means, but these things both have an indent, so now is one of these supposed to get 2 washers? Not really too sure, but one wouldn't seal, that's for sure, so they must have to have 2. Oh boy, here we go again. Tiny, tiny, tiny little screws. I'm gonna have problems with this probably too. Well, let's see. Yeah, I think this one would need 2, but you know what? I'm gonna just install it with 1. Just weird how both of these are like hollowed out. If you can see that. And this one was hollowed out, but this one's not. So that I could see that it would only get 1. So I want to make sure that that thing stayed in there. It looks good. Just snug this down just so it holds it a bit. Probably should have put some little gasket sealant stuff on this too. So this is the water jackets here, so I would like to pop the bottom end off of this thing just to have a look inside of it. Ooh, let go. Well, I don't know. I think this thing would need 2 here because it's going to float around in there and it's going to end up leaking. They give us 4. I'm going to throw a spare one on the inside here, I think. And of course that fell out on me a bit. Oh, it should be alright. Snug that down. So I gotta figure out a radiator, I guess, too. If we run this thing long enough. I guess it'll heat up pretty quick. It does run pretty quick, this thing. I've seen some videos online where they did they built one, I guess, and then a demonstration. I can hear Paisley playing around upstairs there. Paisley, she's been a good pup. Enjoying life, so that's good. So I think these little tabs are extra for the points here. And an extra one for there. And that's what those are for. So why they give you extra ones of those, I don't know, but okay, well that's assembled. I like to pop this bottom off now. Is it the same size? Probably is, yeah. Oh. No, it's a little different size. Oh boy, might not be able to get this off. Because I bet you I don't have the right size. Too big. And there's this one and the next one will be too small. Okay, well, we'll have to get my other kit out here again, I guess, and figure out what size that's going to be. This is the other kit, not a very good kit, but they're probably definitely metric. It's probably that one I cut the end off. I bet you. No. Feels a little loose too. I doubt they'd be an SAE, but we'll try a 564. So, wow, these are really bad bits. These are really cheapy. Cheap. This one's like bent on the end. Oh, it's bending the bit. Garbage bits. Oh, we might not be able to get this off. This end is just not going to work. Let me try snipping this end off a little bit squarer, maybe. I don't know if that got any better or not. Probably not. No, it's garbage bits. Okay, well, that's going to answer that question for us, I guess. Can't do her. Well, see if I got any other bits here. I snipped the end off of this too, but I think these are just too soft. They must have these torqued on pretty good. Kind of surprised. No, it's just twisting the bit. Garbage bits. So that was a 564s. Anyways, I don't have another one that's any better quality, so I guess that answers that question. Let's see what else. If I got anything else here. I mean, you could probably get on there with a pair of pliers, but nope, we got nothing else. Not here, anyways. But I guess we won't worry about that. That's all right. Push that guy back in there, and that guy there. Yeah, so these are little spare parts, but there it is, the little whippet. So we got to figure out the ignition. Let's see, that's not staying too level there, but anyways, this must be for advancing the timing or something here, is it? I wonder. Do you have to unloosen something? I wonder. Oh yeah, a little pinch bolt there. So they probably got her set already, so I won't mess with that. So we've got to figure out the ignition. Shouldn't be too hard. I just don't know whether I should put 12 volt to her or not, or a little battery pack. I'll start with a little battery pack maybe. Got to remember to put some gear oil in it, which is going to be real fun now with this pipe in the way. I'm almost inclined to redo this and just have it go straight up, but and then, oh boy, we need some kind of fairly beefy wire to a clip-on thing, I guess, here. Just to clip onto the sparky plug. I wonder if we should pop this top off and have a look in there. Yeah, leave it alone for now. So yeah, there's your throttle. You can use these actually in boat motors and stuff. They have a little generator too you could have got with this too, and you can run like a little mini light bulb thing. It's kind of cool. So. But that's it. So we gotta figure out the ignition. Gotta get a little bit of oil in there, probably like a squirt amount. Gonna need a little fuel tank, some sort. Run to a little fuel line. I have lots of fuel line, that should be no problem. And then a little radiator thing. I don't know if this is gonna self-pump. It's probably not. I don't know how we're gonna do that quite yet. But really, you wouldn't run this thing for super too long, but it might pump its own though, maybe. It might have a pump built in here somewhere, maybe, that might pump it out. I don't know. It's going to sound pretty cool, too. But anyways, there she is. I just thought I'd show you that. My birthday present I got myself from November. Finally got here. Pretty sweet. Wicked awesome. Now I got two of these little guys, little engines. This kind of sort of reminded me of the little hit and miss. My Wolseley engine, though, a little bit. It's got a bit different hit on it, but it's sort of the same color. Anyways. Same sort of thing, so that's pretty cool though. Pretty impressive little engine. But yeah, when I got ordered this, it was in pre-production or something like that. So I'm like, oh, that's not good. So yeah, we waited 4 months. So, but I actually emailed them not too long ago. I'm like, just kind of wondering what's the status of the order I ordered here, like blah 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 months ago, and they're like, oh, it's in packaging now. It'll be sent out probably next week. I'm like, okay. And, well, it was about another 2 weeks in the mail, and then it got here. Just got here today. So, but yeah, we'll have to figure out maybe a little base too to mount it to, some kind of little skid thing or something heavy enough that it's not gonna fall over, right? And maybe put everything onto like a little wood platform thing or something. The radiator, the gas tank, you know. I don't know whether this will actually probably have a little bit of vacuum to suck the fuel up. So if I had that little small tank down here, it might suck it up into there. I don't know if it's gonna have to be. I think if you did gravity fed, it would just kind of pour right out, right? So these don't have a needle in the seat, and you know, to shut the fuel off when it doesn't need it. But yeah, so we'll have some figuring out to do to get this little guy to run. That's for sure, and some work to do. Have to source a couple little things out and find some sort of a little radiator thing or something. And yeah, I don't know if this thing's gonna pump its own or not. Not sure on that yet. And which one's which? You just switch the lines, I guess. But we'll need some kind of little radiator thing. We'll have to, I don't know, figure out something. Very interesting. Maybe just put it into a cup of water. Maybe it will pump its own. I don't know. Now, this little spark plug would be kind of cool to get that out too and have a look at it just before we go here today. Boy, that is tiny, tiny, tiny too. I don't know if I've even got something that small. Ooh. This kit here, I know one of you sent me there a while ago. That's going to be way too big. Yeah. Monstrous. Now, I don't know if one of my RC car things would fit that or not. Boy. Super tiny. Super, super tiny. Oh boy. No tools. Would have been nice if they gave you some tools with it too, but they didn't really give us any tools. Okay, I did find one here. This is a 5/16. See if we can get this little guy out of here. Oh, that's going to be the problem right there, because now that's too tall. Maybe it's not a 5/16. Feels darn close there. 9/32 is probably too small. It's probably something metric. Let's try that one. It's not going to even fit in the hole. That's the only one that fits in the hole, but I think it's going to be metric. That's probably a... you know what? I got that other kit. It might have some metrics in it. Let's try that maybe. Well, I think an 8mm fits pretty good. Doesn't give you a whole lot of finagling room for the ratchet to actually fit on here, but well, I don't know if that's right or not now. Nope. Holy smokes, those are tiny. Now, why does that feel tight on there, but when I go to turn it, it just seems to spin off? There we go. Nope. Wow, isn't that weird? I have a 7mm, but I bet you that's too small. Yep. It's not a 7. The 8 seems to fit, but for some reason it's spinning on it. I haven't marred it up yet, so it's still good there. Okay, but then the 5/16 was it? Too big. 9/32 is too small. Must be a super special size. Let's try an 8 deep one here. Wasn't that weird? That actually doesn't seem to fit. So it's like an 8.2, which doesn't exist. Isn't that weird? Darn Chinese crap sizes. There we go. Man. Let's get this thing out of here and have a look at this little plug. Or did we? Yeah, we did. It's just snug fit. It's probably the same plug that's in that other one too. Oh, look at it. It's so cute. Holy smokes, eh? I don't know if you can see that too well. The camera doesn't like, there it is. Let it be Sparker. Now why does this not want to fit on there? Yeah, it's like not the right size. Well, isn't that odd? 5/16. 5/16 is better, but I don't have a long one of that. Of course I don't. Yes, I do. Sorry, I wasn't looking in the right spot. Even it's not tremendously great. I might have marred it over a little bit there, but anyways, I'm trying to direct a gap on that plug. I wanted to see if I could see the little piston in here. You guys probably won't be able to because it's so tiny, but I'll let you know what I see here. Well, I see a little piston. It's kind of back in this back corner here. The valves are up the front. I would really like to look into that head though. Really would like to look into there. Should we or shouldn't we? I don't think we really should, but let me just put these tools away here. I would like to look in there though. Now let's see if I've got the right one for here. Too big. And the next one's going to be too small. Yeah, big time. Oh boy. I have this little kit for this one here. It's probably that one. Nope. If I can get it out, that is. Oh, even that's the wrong size. Oh man, striking out here. I don't have Chinese tools, I guess. Well, should have the right one, I think, for that, so maybe we'll leave that alone. I would like to look at the valves in there, though. That'd be kind of neat to see them. Let's really don't want to try one of those other cheapy ones that we cut the ends off because they are garbage. Well, maybe we'll leave that for now. And then, boy, I don't know what to do with that stupid little thing. God, that's tiny. Jeez. Shouldn't really screw it by that, but I'm gonna try just to put it back in here and snug her back up. Yeah, that's not too bad. Don't have the Chinese tools, eh? Oh boy. But anyways, there we go. So we got to make some stuff for this yet. When we're gonna do that, I don't know 100% yet, but I got to figure out the ignition part of it too. What we're gonna use for that. Can't use that buzz coil because they're 12 volts, so I might have to actually order their electronic kit for this, which you kind of think you spend a bit of money on one of these that they might have sent that with it, but no, apparently not. But anyways, I guess that's it for today, so thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Be neat watching this little guy run here once we get everything all figured out. Anyways, thanks again. You guys have a good day, and we'll catch y'all later.